This is Threshold Training's at-home workout for Tuesday, May 26th. So I hope everyone had a great workout yesterday, probably a little bit sore from Murph if you did that yesterday. So this workout is just designed to get you moving, get the body loose, get some blood flow to your body, and then we'll add a little bit of stretching at the end for you. The way it's going to flow, you're going to do 2 8-minute AMRAPs with a 2-minute rest in between those AMRAPs. Your goal is to work at just above a conversational pace. So not max effort, but again, not a jog in the park. So 1 round is equal to 8 one-arm dumbbell deadlifts. So you're going to do 8 per arm if you're using 1 dumbbell. If you have 2 dumbbells, you're just going to do 10 reps. Okay, so a little bit less volume. If you're using a barbell, same thing. You're going to do 10 reps at 165 pounds for males, 113 for females. It's designed to be light, okay, so that you're moving through the reps, but you're not kind of working at max pace. Okay, you're just kind of slowly moving through them, being intentional about your movement, and then going from the deadlifts right to the next movement. The next movement will be a 40-meter front rack carry. Does not matter what object you use as long as it's in the front rack position. You can also do a bear hug carry. Okay, so if your object is better suited for 2 arms, you can just bear hug it as you walk 40 meters. If you can't measure 40 meters or you just don't have the space for it, you can do 80 total marches in place. So I could bear hug my object and I can just march in place, or I can march up and over an object 80 times or 80 marches. If you are measuring it out and you just don't want to take out your tape measure, just mark down point A, walk 80 steps, mark down point B, or you can do it in 20-meter increments and just do a couple laps. From there, we're going to 80 single unders. Yes, it is single unders, not double unders, 80 single unders. Or you can just do 80 hops in place or over an object laterally. So real briefly, movement-wise, regardless of what type of deadlift, or even if you choose a weighted good morning to do, you're going to start with the object on the ground, and then you'll finish with the object in standing, either in 1 arm or both arms, depending on your variation. Okay, so we'll be looking for you to finish up at full extension of the hips and the knees with the shoulders behind the object that you're using. So technique-wise, what we'll be looking for is vertical shins, okay, as you address the object. And then from here, okay, you're going to squeeze your shoulders together. Imagine that you have a piece of fruit in your armpit and you're squeezing it and letting all the juice out. Okay, that'll reinforce your back position, okay, as you perform your deadlift. And then you'll push through your feet, drive your hips underneath your shoulders to stand. As you're cycling these, it's important to make sure that the hips move first as you descend, and then with a slight bend in the knee, you kind of lower them back to the ground so your arms can reach the ground. Okay. For the front rack carry, if you're using a dumbbell or barbell, okay, make sure that your elbows are up so it's supporting the weight. It's also supporting your torso position. So think good posture, if you will, as you're marching or as you're walking. If you're doing a bear hug, it's ever more important that you stay tall as you're walking versus kind of hunched forward and the weight bringing you down like so. And then of course we have our single unders, okay, with our jump rope. Your goal is to, 1, stay on your toes, and 2, have a consistent hop as you're doing your single unders. So you're not moving around in place or spinning, okay, you're able to keep yourself in kind of one area as you're hopping. See if you can do your single hops without a little bit of a double bounce. Okay, so that you can coordinate the hop and your wrist beat at the same time. Once we're done our 2 8-minute AMRAPs, we'll move on to some Tabata stretching. So yes, it's kind of like forced stretching or programmed stretching to make sure that flexibility is when you're realm of fitness. So it'll be a Tabata 1.5, as I call it. So usually Tabata is 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off for 8 rounds. This one, because it's 1.5 times, you're going to do it for 12 rounds. So we're going to switch up the stretches every 2 minutes. For the first 2 minutes, you're going to do a pigeon stretch. You're going to alternate legs every interval. So pigeon stretch, you're gonna be on the ground. You will cross your front leg over the back and you will sink down into your hips. If you can get to your elbows, great. Or you can just stay on your hand. You should feel the stretch in the back of your hip. If you feel any pinching or numbness and tingling, just back off by bringing your torso forward towards your hands, okay? Or not bringing the knee as far over your body. Then we have a couch stretch for a second 2 minutes. Again, we will alternate legs. You probably need a pad for your knee. Okay, so even though you can't see it, I have a pillow underneath my knee. My foot is propped up on a couch or something similar. It could be a bench or a chair or the edge of your bed. I should feel the stretch in my quad or my front hip of the trail leg. I could, if this is too much, or if you feel like you have too much arch in your back, you can lean forward slightly, right, to accommodate for that. And then the last stretch we're doing, we're alternating between a down dog position, like so, with our heels down and our back lifted towards the ceiling. Alternate that with a cobra. So cobra is on your hands or can be on your elbows. Okay, and we should feel kind of the stretch in the front of our body in our abdominal wall. So that is our workout for Tuesday. Have an awesome day.